The bull run is on. I'm going to make a bold statement. We go to the website here, right? They've changed the way they weighted the price action. And what I mean by that is they used to take 2 years of data, put it to the where we're at now, and say, okay, now they're going to take 1 year of data. Now, this is interesting because look at this on a map. If you look at CPI data, the last year, it's up high, right? Really high. But the year before, or the 2 year data was like this. So if they taken the 2 year data, they would have said here. So if we got to here next year, we would have said the CPI is higher in inflation, and they would basically have to raise interest rates. But they want to basically bring inflation down, so they're going to lie. They're basically going to say that inflation is from last year. And so next year, when we do the data, we're going to be lower. You get it? And then they're going to be able to print the money. So the bull run is on. I'm making a huge prediction for each and every one of you because they've changed the way they do the CPI data. The bull run is on. I'm going to make a bold statement. On my channel, I'm making a bold statement. I do see the markets recovering. If you remember on my channel, I called the reversal of the S&P back in October. Very insanely. Look, go to my videos. We'll stream. It was one of the boldest calls I ever went. Like, I put my whole guts on the line. My S&P 500, I'm making a call 3 months ago. And I called the reversal for the S&P at that 3,700 area based on this bullish divergence here too and some other indications so far, right? We'll take a look at the S&P, but so far we've been spot on since that reversal call to the upside, right? Where the whole world was worrying that we wouldn't get any higher, that we wouldn't get any bigger. Look at that data now. Look at that chart now where we were. And you can see I found a major bullish signal, S&P about to explode. And I even said here, I'm going on a limb. This is it, you know? Let's look at the S&P now. Compare that same chart, right? You take it away, which was this line here. We were right there. That was October 10th, where I called the bottom of the S&P. You see this? Boom. Called this area right there when this video came out. Does it have the date? It says 3 months. Where's the date? October 22nd, it premiered, but we did take it away from a video I made probably 5 or 6 days before that. But you can see on the weekly here, that is going to make me touch it. I don't want to touch it. Point of the story is anyone that listened to me would have made a boatload of money in any market in the world. And again, don't listen to me, but 17% market reversal in the S&P. I called the bottom of the S&P. I called the top of the dollar. I bought Bitcoin at 19,200 in front of everybody, and then I accumulated so much between 15,000 and 8, even at that low high 15,000 area, 16K, 17,000 and 1,800. I showed my orders to everybody, even on the live stream and in my trading group. I had orders from 7,500 all the way up to 17,500, and so many of them got hit. And so again, I went over my strategy so many times. I went out in front of everyone and said, this is exactly what I'm doing. I said, if we buy here and we go to 10K, I'm going to buy more Bitcoin on the low. I explained all these things over and over again. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, but I just want to prove that I've been putting out my exact thesis every single day, just proving what I'm looking at, showing you what I'm going over all the time, making macro calls on large markets, world markets, macro calls on world markets, tiny calls on small caps, you name it. We can teach you how to circumvent the markets here every single day. So no one is